Hello from beautiful Barcelona and welcome to my channel. Today we are flying over to Dublin on SWISS Airlines in business class A321 and the Airbus A220 via Zurich in Switzerland. Dublin is the capital of the Republic of Ireland and has an amazing heritage, history and culture. Flying via Zurich today, though unfortunately we will not get to see the city, only the airport, which is also quite amazing. Experiencing SWISS Airlines narrow-body European business class, with some pretty amazing food services on both flights. Leaving Barcelona in the morning, arriving in Dublin in the evening on this 8-hour journey. Check-in was pretty quiet at Pratt Airport, Barcelona this morning, with of course a dedicated business class desk. It is very early in the morning here at the airport and the sun is not even up yet. Sometimes this is the best time to fly. The nice thing about this airport is, even if it is busy and chaotic with passengers, it's still a great place to hang out, enjoy and depart Spain from. Once checked in, I walked over to security to get through that section, then up to the lounge. Easy to navigate, and there are many information boards to figure out where the flights are leaving from. Once airside, there are many restaurants and duty-free shops available, even early in the morning. I'm going to head over to the Salas VIP lounge and have been here many times before, so to catch a pre-flight breakfast. This lounge is called Pau Casas and was still closed when I initially arrived there, so I decided to walk around the airport for a bit longer, which as you can see is super quiet. The lounge opened eventually and it was quiet inside, but also quite pleasant to sit around and relax. This lounge has lots of food options, coffees, teas and lots of wine, even for breakfast. I decided on some juice, coffee and sandwiches before the flight. The airline decided to bus us to the plane, so for the first flight we have this Airbus A321. The logo is very much the same as the old Swiss Air one, with the large red text and white aircraft. A first look inside the aircraft is a 3-3 configuration, and business is the same as economy, except the middle seat is set as empty for space. This is my seating area for this flight. Kind of boring with this typical European business class setup. The seats had the brown fake leather fill, though the legroom was quite spacious and the same as economy. It took a while to board the aircraft from the bus. The flight was quite full with economy class, so business class was quite empty. The safety card was easy to navigate and understand, which of course is always very important. Despite the early morning madness, the cabin had a calming feel to it and we were all ready to leave and start the journey. Nighttime takeoff and departure, there is not much to see apart from a lot of runway lights. Takeoff was smooth and pretty quick from the gate for this 1 hour and so flight over to Zurich. Goodbye from Barcelona. These are some great views of the city waking up for the day. Barcelona is definitely one of my favourite cities and I go every year to visit and relax. Here is a look at the business class cabin, which as you can see is quite empty. There is a huge price difference between the two classes. Shortly after takeoff, I asked for a coffee and cold juice drink before the breakfast was offered. and it was served with proper glass and china, which I think is always very special. The breakfast for this short flight consists of some pastries, breads and a slice of quiche, all which tasted fresh and wonderful. Followed by, of course, Swiss chocolate bottled water and a freshen up towelette. The views flying over to Switzerland are quite amazing, with the mountain ranges and the countryside below. It's nice to see the snow-capped mountains, and we know by this we are heading over to Central Europe. Now starting our descent into Zurich, with the cloud formation mixed with some good views from the left of the plane. Our first glimpse of Switzerland from the air with the Swiss countryside. Looks like a bit of a gloomy day to land. However, the sunrise changes all that. Some magical views here from the plane. Landing was quite smooth after this short, uneventful trans-European flight. Just a gentle reminder to please hit subscribe if you want to see more from these new flight review channel. I would absolutely love that, to be able to show more and more flight reviews. As you can see here, Zurich Airport is the Swiss main hub for this airline and is very busy. There's lots of different aircraft parked at the gates. This is an interesting airline called Edelweiss, which is a tourist low-budget air carrier based out of Switzerland. Here we are at the terminal arriving into Zurich Airport, and this completes the first segment of the journey. The airport is always a joy to be in. It's very clean and very organised, also very spacious with its design. This is also very intriguing, like a UFO object at the airport. Not sure if there's a story behind this. I did a little bit of research and couldn't find anything. Let me know in the comments if you know more about this. The airport is very modern and minimalistic on design, which leaves you feeling calm and collected instead of stressed or panicky. Took a quick look inside Swiss Business Class Lounge, which was okay. It had a great central buffet area with chefs preparing food, so it seemed a bit cramped and crowded. The lounge had lots of Wi-Fi stations, which were boosters from the Wi-Fi signals. After spending a little time in the lounge, I headed around the airport to find the next plane that would take us over to Dublin. Boarding was very quick and speedy to get onto this Airbus A220 plane. Same colour scheme and central designs as before, though this plane looked newer and of course a bit smaller with a 2-3 seat configuration. Space was very good, including legroom with business class. The seat next to you is always empty. The legroom is not so bad, it's enough to be able to move around and be comfortable. The A220 safety card is easy to understand, and of course this is always very important. Here is quite a nifty tray table, easy to get out and actually a good size. Plane spotting. Here is Pegasus Airlines of Turkey. In this plane they have the mini TV in the central overhead console of the plane, which is quite unique. They use this to show the safety video. This is a lovely day to leave Switzerland behind and head over to Ireland. Plane spotting here is a Lufthansa plane from Germany. We'll be flying one of these very soon for a flight review. Air Canada, a beautiful aircraft. Not sure about this airline, Sun Express, which is also, I think, from Turkey. Great looking Air Baltic plane from Riga. So we are next to take off after this Sun Express plane. Getting positions for takeoff now, and to our left is the Air France jet. Saying now goodbye from Zurich for this 2-hour flight to Dublin. The Swiss countryside is beautiful, especially in the summer and spring when the snow has left the ground. Great views of the Swiss Alps here. Now it's lunchtime with some great food offerings. Everything on here was so delicious, especially the Swiss chocolate cake, which was to die for. Took a little sleep while travelling over Europe, and there was no in-flight entertainment, and now we're approaching the coast of the Republic of Ireland. Not sure what this little island is, but the weather above it looks gloomy. I would say this is definitely Irish airspace, and we are approaching our destination of Dublin. Like any big city, it looks pretty urbanised and taken over the countryside. Coming into land now, well, that was a great journey with Swiss. I have to say, very comfortable and efficient, and no stress with the connections. The flight cost me around $400, whereas for economy, it would have been around $160. So for a bit extra, you can get some comforts associated with flying in business class. Thank you so much for watching this flight review. Please hit subscribe, like and notify to see more and more of these videos. Many thanks.